Hello, when you play farming similar to 25, do you like 4x maps? What about a beautiful house? What about having all the animals to start with, or a $4 million net worth, or $2.3 million in borrowing capacity? Well, you might like this map. Let's take a look around. Okay, you're going to start right here. This is at the end of your house, I guess the side door there, and your sleeping wardrobe button is around the other side. You do not have a pickup truck, which is interesting because you have a $4 million net worth and change. Check that out, 4.1 million net worth. That's a lot of money, a lot of money. Okay, you get an 800,000 liter capacity silo right here, which is pretty good. That gets you started. Not the biggest considering how big the map is, but you can always upgrade that, add a reservoir to it or whatever. Okay, let's take a look in here. You got the Case 7160 harvester, nice middle of the road, and it's got an 8.5 meter harvester header on there for grain. You got an auger wagon. You need 300 horsepower for this, and one of your tractors has 303, so you are pushing the limits there, but you can do it. Okay, and that's it here. Your Fit 728, it is maxed out at 303 horsepower. It's already been upgraded. You have a weight over there, and you have another tractor. You only have two tractors, but this is the Claas 570 with 180 horsepower. It's been maxed out also. And you have a fertilizer spreader tucked away in here. It's a nice shot of the front of your house. It's a nice house. I wish you could go inside, but it's a beautiful house. This takes place in Germany. However, the way the map is wide open and some of the spaces reminds me of Michigan. This is part of your farm there, and you have more too, we're going to see in a minute. But it's pretty wide open. You're not cramped at all. Okay, you got a nice sized forage wagon here, a Fendt forage wagon. You need 150 horsepower for that. Either tractor could pull that. You got a good sized seeder. You need 270 for that, so you will have to use your larger tractor. Then you got a 28 cubic meter Farm Tech trailer to haul your stuff in. And you have a relatively small cultivator. It's 5.6 meters wide, goes 9 miles an hour, and you need 200 horsepower for that. You have a beautiful cow barn up here. That's where the slurry is. This is where you put mineral feed, because this one has the robot. So you have to put mineral feed in there, and silage there, straw there, and hay here. And then the robot will keep your cows fed. And it has a good capacity, which you need because it holds 481 cows. Doesn't start with any, but you can buy some dairy cows and put them in there. And they're dairy because you have a place over here to pick up your milk. And we'll fly around a little bit and you can look, but it has a nice pasture there, irregularly shaped for your cows. Over here you got your manure basin. That's where you pick up your manure, or you could use a bucket if you wanted to do it manually. Pretty nice setup here. Let me show you your fields on the map. Okay, now this is your farm area right here. Okay, this is your pasture, all your concrete area right here, and you have this one field. Pretty good size. Yeah, it's got 21.68 acres of actual tillable ground. Total land area 25.22. That's pretty good. And you have another one. It's a little hard to get to this one. Okay, and it's ready to harvest, but you got 22.24 acres of wheat ready to harvest, and the total area is 26.41. Now, let me show you something unique about this map. One is 4x, so I like that. You do have a canal cutting through here that separates the map. You got a couple of different ways to cross it. There's 2 bridges and there's 2 ferries. And then over here, you got a small waterway that cuts part of the map, and it has a couple of bridges for that. Okay, now let me show you something unique. So you have your regular farm here, but you also have 3 other small little farms. The first one is up in this corner. We're going to hop up there and take a look. Okay, it's a horse farm. And look at that. It comes with your deal there. So you start out with this. Now what I don't like dealing with horses that much. So anyway, I ended up selling this, but I kept it for a while because you can only get like $100,000 for it. Let's see. Yeah, you get $102,000, but you have this barn on there for hay and straw. And you also have a sheep pen on another one we're going to look at. So for a while, I used this as my container that's going to hold my hay. Okay, for my cows and also my sheep until I got something else. So then later I sold this. So something to keep in mind. So if you sell this, you're going to lose your hay barn. By the way, if you like to do horses, just because I get rid of them, some people like horses, and this holds 16 of them. All right, let's hop over here. I want to show you this other farm that you own. It's kind of cool. I like the fact, one, it's a 4 times map, but also you got to go from farm to farm to take food and stuff, and it's spread out. You have a lot of borrowing capacity, so I bought a semi with a trailer because you got to haul stuff around, and I like doing that. So there you go. All right, let's hop over here. All right, you got a nice chicken pen over here, and it holds 1,140 chickens. Okay, you don't have any, but it holds 1,140 chickens. That's a good bit of chickens. Okay, that's going to make a lot of eggs. So I bought a few in there and got them rolling. You have a nice storage barn over here for some of your equipment as you progress in your farm. I purchased a grass field up here with some extra equipment, and I stored it there so I wouldn't have to keep driving back and forth once I had the money. Okay, you also have a beautiful sheep pen here, and these have been expanded. This one holds 391 sheep. Okay, so you can have a large sheep pen, large chicken pen, and a large cow barn there on your other farm. All right, and you have another one. Okay, we're going to hop down here. Down right here is your other little farm area, and it has pigs on it. Let's go take a look. In addition to pigs, it has a very nice storage barn like the one you have. So you can store some stuff down here. This one has a manure basin too, just like your cow farm. I like how everything's a little spread out. Reminds me of some of the USA, Michigan type maps because you have room to move around. You got another little barn over there for storing some smaller equipment. And you have this pig pen here. It's been expanded too. It will hold 1,074 pigs. This actually made me a tremendous amount of money. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So just remember, you have all the animals right off the bat, which is really neat. I'm liking this map. I'm playing this. I've already been through several years. I've paid off everything finally because I maxed out my loans. Paid that off, and now I got a good bank balance and starting to show some good progress there. All right, let's check out the productions on the map. Okay, you don't start with any, but available for you are the bakery, 2 biogas plants, carpentry, cement factory, cereal factory, cooper, dairy, grain mill, oil mill, paper factory, piano manufacturer, potato processing plant, preserve food factory, rope maker, sawmill, soup factory, spinnery, sugar mill, and a tailor shop. So this map is hooked up as far as productions. That's pretty cool. Okay, here's an aerial view of your farm. This is your cow pasture over here. You do have this little area right here. When I started out, that's field grass. You do not have any lawnmower equipment. So what you're going to do is get some of that and a tedder. And what I did is I cut this right off the bat, tedded it, made hay, and you can feed your cows, buy a few cows. You can also get your sheep started up on the other farm there. So there you go. And then, since I had borrowing capacity, I purchased this grass field, made some more hay. Got a pretty neat setup here. And you got this little area right here with the trees in the middle, and you could take the trees out, but even if you don't do that, you could that's a good spot for a bunker silo or maybe a fermenter if you want to do that. Let me show you where the shop is. Okay, this is one of your fields there, and your other oat field is straight away there, or wheat field is straight away there. Okay, so you come down here. Like I say, this is in Germany. Got some cool buildings down here. Okay, that's the potato processing plant there. There's a very large post office. So it takes place in Germany, but a lot about this map looks like the United States. The name of the map is along the Kiel Canal. Okay, the Kiel Canal is in Germany. It looks like a lot of the street signs and stuff looks like the US of A. So I'm going to pretend it's a US of A map 4 times because I'm playing it and I like it. And my farm kind of looks like America, and there you go. All right, this is the shop. Your stuff's going to spawn over here that you purchase, and you get it worked on right here. Okay, you got a piano manufacturer over there, which is cool. And of course, there's the gas station, conveniently located to your farm and the shop. It has all medium to large fields. Some are huge. Okay, look at this one. Okay, this is 165 acres right here. If you purchase this, it shows that you own the windmills. However, I tried that. It did not give me any income, which is disappointing, okay, because you think if you purchase that, including the windmills, you would have income from that. Okay, the extra crops on the map are triticale, rye, spelt, silage maize, mustard, mixed rye, humus active, field grass, and green rye. There's 2 main forestry areas and some other forestry around the map you can do if you're into forestry. You got the animal dealer over here, one of your biogas plants, a little harbor area. Now it is 4 times. It takes a minute, even if you send the AI guys, it takes a minute to get from, corner to corner of this map. Got another little area over here with a church, a soccer field, or in Europe, football field. Pretty nice, beautiful. You can see the apartment buildings, the different things. Okay, there's your horse farm down there. There's a spinnery. There's actually a little beach area over here, which I thought was cool. You can come over there and role play and go to the beach. There's your dairy down there, one of the places you take your stuff. There are some other little farms you can buy. This is one of them. Goes with that huge field there. There's the rope maker. There's one of your ferries. But it's an enjoyable map. A lot to do and see on there. A lot going on. One of your points of sale there. Sawmill. There's your gas station. That's a soup factory and the Cooper. Another little house you could purchase. There are 50 collectibles on the map, so that'll keep you busy if you're into finding those. But that's all I got. It's along the Kiel Canal. It's over in Germany, even though it looks like the United States. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. I think they have a great time playing it. I know I am. I'll see you on the next go-round. Bye-bye.